right, so here today we got a fun one to go through. Yeah, Grand Cross didn't do too good last month, and last month was the first ever typing of something that they tried to pull off, which is crazy to me that it failed this much. Remember, we're hitting our lowest points in this game's history. Again, if you are coping on this game, you're wrong here, because again, it's just fact, right? No one's saying that the game's dead, no one's saying the game's dying, we're just talking facts here. Yes, this was one of the lowest updates in revenue-wise in a good amount of time. Again, we had two now back-to-back months for this year alone. So 2024 alone, Tower got released that month, right? Which was one of the lowest collaborations ever made. That's like a dog crap number for a triple character collaboration. It's pretty bad, whatever that was, right? Now you came into this last month, which is March, and you had another very bad month, probably one of the worst ones for a festival. I think the only one that rivals this is literally Mael, and it was not even close. I think Mael still made 4 million. This one didn't even crack 4 million or close to it. Today, let's go through it. If you're new to the channel, like it, subscribe, helps out a ton. But yeah, let me know what the reasoning is. Maybe it's the you are ready thing. Maybe that's like too much for players to go through, or they just didn't want this character for the reason of Gother or the reason of how mid he was. Who knows? Correct? Who knows? And no, I'm not saying that Gother's mid, but you know, compared to a festival, people were like, yeah, he's mid. That's what like the consensus was, right? But here we go. So again, what is the revenue counting? It's counting 401's release. So remember, it's pure global revenue of Gother, right? Gother technically launched the month last for JP, so that's kind of how JP worked. But they still had most of the Gother banner active during the month of March. So again, just for us on Global, we had this entire banner the entire month. So this is pure Gother revenue. On top of that, it was the damn rat unit too. We had this unit over here, which is again the Radisker unit too. Remember, she released as well. So remember, if it's a bad month, you're releasing a good character for Radisker. Not only that, you're releasing a solid-ish festival character. He is solid for whatever it is. He is fun to use for unknown team and, you know, Sin team. He is pretty good in my opinion, but again, it's these two characters automatically. That's what shocks me, that these two failed. And then on top of that, Global still has a day or two of this revenue. Not much. I won't say a day or two, but, you know, anybody could have waited on this one and waited and, like, wailed the day after. But it could have part of this revenue because it wasn't the last day of the month. But, again, you can't really consider this too much. So we can't get, like, an idea of the collab yet. JP had the collaboration for a few days. So remember, JP's number is pretty abysmal. That's on top of the fact that the collaboration was there for a whole week. So doesn't look like the collaboration did good on JP's side, but we will see. Right? We don't know for now. So keep that in mind. But going into the revenue, let's start with the lowest number, which is down here. Again, Grand Cross doesn't usually get this low. You can see 2.5 million. This was from, I think, what was the month prior? What released that month? I'm actually curious real quick, just to check it. What was before this? It couldn't have been, where is it? Let's go here. Let's go, so this is 401, right? We need a little bit more than that. So go one more. So 311 was what? This is the 4th anniversary stuff, it says. So Arthur sold better. Much better. On JP, it only sold 1.3 million, again, being Gother. And you have to realize, yes, Gother was technically a few days into the previous month, but 1 week of the collaboration on JP and 1.3 million is all they came up with. Which, again, theoretically, it's not a good number at all. So that's kind of crazy. Then if you want to see the global number for 7 Deadly Sins, usual, again, it's like 4 million. That's what kind of Arthur did. And instead, we did 2 million here. But again, that is pure Gother revenue. Pure Gother revenue. And Valenti, the Radisker unit. So, it's pretty bad, dude. 2 million is crazy for us. So 2 million plus, correct, let's add up the other one. Again, so that's what, 3.3 million. Back then I used to always tell you the lowest month we ever had was 3.2 million. It was like Roxy. So 3.3 million for a festival. Well, but again, we gotta be serious here. They didn't add KR. For some reason this list doesn't want to add KR. Don't know why that is, but they don't add it into like the number also. So they did 70k over here, and they did for the other version of KR, so both Android and iOS. It might not crop properly in the video because this site just wants to put the information on both edges. It sucks. But 200k also. So it's basically 270k additional on top of the 3.3 that I'm coming up with, right? So 3.3, because again, from the math here, 2 million and 1.3, that's basically 3.3 million. Plus on top of that, the 270,000. So let's just round that up to 300,000. It's about 3.6 million is what they got. So I don't know, not really the best here. You could cope and say whatever you want, but Yeah, it's very much a failure for a festival. Yes, it's a back-to-back festival, which is true, but it's 100% a failure for a festival. I am curious on how this collaboration does, because if we're basing it off of JP did terrible. JP does dog crap here, and for collaborations, JP usually is the one surviving. So I'm astonished that also JP is not doing too hot here. And it's already it's a week into the collab. The collab was out for JP on Thursday, so 25th. So you have 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, all those days with the collaboration for JP, and they didn't do too good there. So very curious on what exactly comes from this, but yeah, not a hot day there. It could also just be the month that we're in, because a lot of games are in the red, right? For example, you see a lot of games over here. Honkai didn't make it to the, but they can't, right? They're already doing too good. And then Honkai Star Rail over here didn't do too good. Genshin did really good. Again, some of the bigger games are doing better. This game over here dropping a little bit, but you see a lot of red in like the standard games over here. A lot of red, bit of green, correct? A lot of red down here though. You can see where the red is, but there is some decent red here, so it could be just that some of the games really popped off, and some games really took a kind of tank here. There's a big launch for some games here. Maybe some players jumped to those games. I think that one AFK game released, which a lot of players might be playing if that's a popular thing, right? So again, players might shift the money elsewhere. As again, Grand Cross for what it is, you know, Go Through may not be that unit that people want to summon for, so that could be the case. I wonder if Fitolia or Glass is going to be good for global. So far, I've definitely seen the community saying it's mid, it's mid, it's mid. I will be serious here. I still think it's a worth collaboration. It's definitely worth it. These characters are fun as hell. But again, if you think it's mid, it's mid. Can't really do much about that. But yeah, that's really what the revenue turned out to be. Again, Arthur just sold more. That's what it is. Arthur for the anniversary. And Gelda. Gelda sold very well. Here, these three things theoretically failed miserably. Go Through did not. This is huge. This for this game. That's a huge drop. That's really bad. We have much better months than this, but yeah, 4 million to 2 million is insanity. I'm just curious, real quick. How much was that for Netmarble? So 1 million on the global side for iOS, 1 million for JP for iOS. So that's 2 million so far. Then JP over here at 300k, so 2.3k, and then global did 1 more million. Yeah. Same number. So yeah, that's what happened to the Grand Cross game in this month. I wonder if it's gonna get better as far as Koa's around the corner. I wonder maybe players are just saving for the anniversary, right? That could definitely be the case. As we have an anniversary soon. Whatever Go Through shouldn't be taken away from the anniversary. So I think that's what players may be saving for, or they were saving for the collaboration as they knew there was one coming soon. Could be that was the case, right? We don't know on that front if players were just saving for that. If that was the case, JP would have done better. That's my honest opinion there. JP for 1 week of the collaboration failed miserably. There is still 2 more weeks of the collaboration. I think it's a 3-week collaboration still. So there is still potential for JP to pop off here and see if they... Let me just check real quick. Is it a 3-week collaboration? It is a 3-week collaboration. So there is potential for the JP server to make a huge comeback here, and maybe they wailed in the last 2 days of the collaboration, but I am curious. Remember, this month is the anniversary itself, so JP is going to have that to look forward to. Saddest thing is, we won't know the revenue until next month, because the anniversary launches on the very last day of the month, probably, and that's basically no revenue count, so we'll have to wait all the way until the next month to get something there. So very depressing, but yeah, that's where GC placed. 6 million is what I came up with, right? So that's the number. 3.6 million for GC on the month of a festival, a Demonic Beach unit, and part of a collaboration. So yeah, let me know what you think. Take care, have fun. That's been it for me. And yeah, give me your thoughts, opinions down below. Peace out.